Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy EXF at EXFGaming, and I bring to you more Fire Emblem Hero news. As I have been doing this for 7 days straight, so news keep popping every single day, and I have to report it to you guys because that's what I like to do. So hopefully you guys hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment on my thoughts here today on this discussion. Now let's get into it here. So we have a new tier list that's been released by the Fire Emblem Heroes wiki site. Now before I continue, first of all, we're going to be doing two sets of analysis here. One without the inheritance, right? The skill, the rating for the units without skill inheritance first, and obviously just like these guys have stated here in the disclaimer that these are just subjective to usage. So some of these things I may disagree with, and some of these things you may disagree or agree with on your end. So definitely leave your comments in the comment section below. Okay, so let's get to it. So I will be talking about the S+ to A+ tier because nobody uses A, B, and C anyways. So let's get into it here. So for the sword units, we have Ike and Lucina. No arguments here. So Ike is definitely, without skill inheritance, the best sword unit in the game in my opinion. He does have the sword breaker ability, which can bust through all the other sword units. Lucina, same thing. She does have the Falchion, which increases her HP every 3 turns, I believe. Which allows her to be, and she's also very strong, of course. She's also very strong, so she does bust through units. Ryoma, he does have the Daijinto. Marth, no arguments there. Erika, very good support unit. We have Zephyr, which has probably, I believe, the highest HP and highest, no, I think Effie has the highest defense, second highest defense or something like that. So definitely a defensive sword tank. And Olivia, of course, she's actually strong and she does have the dance ability. I won't be talking about the A+ tier because I think these guys they're capable of doing the same thing without skill inheritance. Okay, so the red tomes. So we have Celica and we have Tharja. Tharja did get a bump from an A+ to S tier in the previous installment for the inheritance rating. Nothing much to say about here too. Tharja does have the Raw Blades, which allows her to increase her attack by the number of bonuses she get. And Celica, she's scary because I forgot what her weapon is called, but that increases her attack and speed by 4, I believe, if she's at 100% HP. A+ Katarina, I can't say much for Katarina right now, just because the unit just came out, so there's not a lot of information to go by to say that she is an A+ tier. She might be an A tier, you know, in a couple months. We don't know, but A+, fair enough. She is a red mage. So we have Sanaki and Lilina, which are obviously a threat if you see them on the map, but they're more or less glass cannons. Okay, so we go to the red dragons. We have young Tiki, adult Tiki. I mean, those are the only 2 red dragon units, so there's not much to say there. Young Tiki is better than adult Tiki. That's all it is. Okay, so Lancer. So we go to the blue mages, or the blue units now. We have Ninian, or sorry, not Ninian. Sorry, Azura first. As an S+, I don't agree with this. I actually would put Effie in the S+ tier with her, or either Ninian, or I keep calling her Ninian. Azura comes down and Effie goes up, or Effie goes up and Azura stays, I think, because I believe Effie can beat Azura 1-on-1. Azura definitely can't beat Effie 1-on-1 in my opinion. Sharna, people sleep on Sharna. I think she deserves to be in S tier actually, because I actually just made mine into a level 5 and she actually does put in a lot of work. So I definitely agree with Sharna being in S tier. We have Camus. Camus is, yeah, I'd say S tier because he does have his distinct counter ability, so definitely an S tier. And an A+ tier, there's nothing much to say about the A+ tier for the Lancer. I believe all these guys can do more or less the same thing. They're pretty solid on their own part, but nothing exceptional. Okay, so blue tome, of course, Linde, like, yeah, like what else do I say? Okay, so then the S tier, Lucina, not much to say there. A+, we have Reinhardt. Interesting. Reinhardt at an A+. Interesting. May is in A+. Yeah, I agree with the other units. Reinhardt, I might scooch him up to an S or something between an S and an A+. Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, A+, A+ is fair. Okay, so blue dragons we have. Okay, now we have Ninian. Now we have Naui. Wow, that was weird. Naui, Ninian. I agree with the S tier, and we have Corrin as in A+. I agree with this just because Corrin isn't as offensive as these two, but is more defensive unit, so a little bit below them. Fair enough. Axes, Hector. Nothing else to say. Nothing in the S tier. And I agree with having nothing in the S tier because all these guys are not, they're good units, but they're not exceptional. Like, they can't do something exceptional to make them viable without having any skill inheritance, okay? So, Legion, I agree. I actually made my Legion into level 40 already, and he doesn't actually put in a lot of work. Well, Axe units in general can't really put a lot of work in just because there are a lot more sword units. You know, so Camilla's here, Raven's here, Chrome, he's here, Minerva's here. Yeah, I agree with all this. Green, Tome units, Julia, Nino, nothing else to say. A+ for Soren. I agree with this because he's not as strong as Nino and Julia, but he is pretty strong on his own. Okay, so then Takumi for the Arch. Oh, sorry, I actually missed the Dragon Fae because there's nobody. Yeah, nothing to say. Moving along. Takumi, S+ tier. Cordelia as an S tier. I don't think I agree with this. I think it's actually kind of hard to say. I'd say either Takumi drops to an S tier. Actually, no, yeah, that's what I think. I think Takumi should drop to an S tier. And they should be both in the S tier in my opinion for different reasons, because Takumi obviously has the close counter, that's what makes him good, but he's not exceptional to the point where everybody should have him on a team. Well, he was on every team in vanilla Fire Emblem, but now, you know, we got better units, better skills, whatnot, so I think Takumi should drop down, and Cordelia should be in the S tier because she is the strongest archer in the game. Klein in the A+ tier, I agree with. He is good. He does have the quick riposte ability, which allows him to more or less quadruple shot most units. Okay, so then we have Kagero in the S tier. I don't think she's an S tier. I think she's an A+. She's good, but she's not that good to the point where, like, infantry units does have to be careful with her, but then if you have more than the infantry units on your team, then Kagero isn't a problem, right? So she's only an S tier if you run an infantry team, I believe, on the opposing side, obviously. But yeah, healing, there's nothing in S+, S, or A+ tier, so I'm not gonna talk about them. Although I'm kind of wondering why Jenny from the block isn't in the A+ tier, just because she is the strongest unit of the game. Now, funny thing, we have unrated as Masked Marth, and I actually agree with this because I actually was thinking about this before I started recording. I actually don't know where I will put this because the Masked Marth is strong to the point where it can 1v1 all the units from A, B, and C, but isn't strong enough to 1v1 anything above A. So it's kind of in that gray area. So I actually agree with this. I mean, there's no scare inheritance, so that's that. Okay, so that's everything for the units without skill inheritance. Now let's move over to the units with skill inheritance, obviously here. Now there are some changes. Obviously some units got bumped up, some units got bumped down, just depending on what they can do overall. Now Ryoma got bumped up to an S+ tier, of course, because he does have the Raijin Toe, which is a distant counter, as I stated before, and if you equip him with Swordbreaker, then that makes him better than Ike. Obviously Ike is pretty slow, Ryoma's really fast, so he can double shot Ike at any given moment. If you add Vantage or Quick Riposte, again, like, that just makes him that much more powerful. Olivia, Lucina, I don't think everybody else, I think Xander and Eldigan got bumped up a little bit just because they can do a little bit more as a horse unit. The Red Mages, more or less all the A+ units got bumped up into an S tier just because if they're all pretty powerful in their own right. So that's more or less why. Again, Katarina, like, we still don't have enough information to put it in S tier. I'd probably still put it in A+ tier, just because we don't have enough information for the meta to kind of get developed around here. The dragons didn't move, so that's that. We have S+ tier Effie up in the S tier. As I said before in the previous one, I think Effie should be actually up in with Azra in that one, but Azra got dropped because she can't 1v1 Effie. Like, she just, like, with skill inherent, there's no way Azra can 1v1 Effie for sure. Cordelia's up here. I think sure. I mean, I still think she should be in the S tier, but I don't know. Is she in the S tier in this one? No, she's not. She's in the A+ tier, so she get bumped up to an S tier, S+ tier. I think she should be in the S tier, but that's fine. Reinhardt, supposedly the best unit in the game. I don't agree with that, but I don't know. Just, that's my opinion. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comment section below if you agree or disagree, whatever. Linde, of course, is in the S tier. She could be in the S+ tier, I think. She could be, for different, because Linde is powerful. Well, she's stronger than Reinhardt, I believe. And Reinhardt, of course, can double shot. That's the reason why he's there in the first place. So, yeah. And then the A+, I don't really, there's nothing to say. I mean, we got Olwen in here. No, I don't think so. Anyways, the Blue Dragons, we have Ninian. And then now we drop to an A+ tier. I'm not too sure about this either. I mean, Ninian is good because she does have the sing ability, or was it dance? I forget which one it is. But now we got dropped down. I'm not too sure why she would drop down, and Corrin also dropped down as well. Well, Corrin has to drop it if now it drops down one, but I'm not too sure. Axes, Hector S+, nothing to say there. S tier Minerva and Xerxes, nothing to say there. Xerxes, I believe, has the second strongest attack stat in the game, so definitely she's up here. And Minerva, we already know she is the best dragon axe unit in the game, and everybody else more or less stayed. Frederick and Sheena actually got bumped up. I'm not really sure why those two would bump up with skill inheritance. Not too sure. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, if you know of the reason why these two would bump up. I mean, in terms of skill inheritance, like, everybody should bump up theoretically, just because you can actually do a lot more with the units. As you can see in the sword units, like, more or less everybody in the A tier just got bumped up into an A+ tier. Anyways, so S tier we have that Faye, which makes sense. If you inherit Lightning Breath, she does get to be a threat. Archers, Cordelia, definitely the best archer in the game. Now, nothing in the S, which is interesting. Takumi dropped down 2 ratings. S+ into an S and S into an A+. I think Takumi should be in the S tier because I wouldn't brand Takumi in the same capability as Klein, Setsuna, or George. I think Takumi can do a little bit more, so I think he should be in the S tier for sure. So the ninjas now, we have Kagero, Saizo, and Gaius. Kagero, I think, belongs here. Saizo can definitely belong here because he is a defensive unit, so defensive counter with chip support, definitely you can use him like that, so A+. I have no information on Gaius, so don't even ask me. Now, for the healers, we have a lot of changes here in the healers. We have all the horse healers in the A+ tier, of course, because they can run out a lot and give support from a distance, so I agree with this being A+. The only thing I don't agree on with the healers is the fact that Jenny is still in the B tier. Is there a reason why she's in the B tier even though she's the strongest healer in the game? Like, I'm not too sure. Like, I don't have Jenny, so I can't say much, so I actually don't know how she performs. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comment section if you actually know why she's in the B tier or not. Anyways, so that's everything I got to say today for now on this subject matter. Again, if I bring more news, or if news drops, obviously I'm going to do it here in EXFGaming, so definitely hit the subscribe button to keep up with all the news that is presented by this game. And there've been news every single day for the last 7 days, so you already know it's gonna be here. Again, hit that like button to show support. Hit that comment section up. Type whatever you want, all your thoughts in the comment section below. I will definitely be replying to those comments. And also thank you to those people who show me support in the comment section below. It does mean a lot to me. I've had a lot of positive comments coming through in the last 7 days, so it makes me happy to do a lot of these videos and you know, being appreciated to make these videos. So definitely hit that comment section and definitely hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. So that's all I have for you today. I'll see you guys next time in my next installment.